Hello, Conraders. I'm Antonio Stark, and I'm so happy that I'm able to speak with you today. I just want you to know that Conrad has been a very significant and an inspiring change of life event that happened in my past few years of life. It's been about half a decade ago when I first and last participated in Conrad. That was in 2015 in the aerospace and aviation category. I have so many stories that I would like to tell you about how Conrad has impacted my life, in just the terms of the people that I've met to the confidence that it instilled in me so that I could actually go forward in life to achieve all the opportunities and success stories that you can look up in all the internet and the social media of the world. But I want to start with a very small story of how I got into Conrad, of what got me into the Conrad Spirit of Innovation Challenge, as it was called back then. Back in 2015, I was a small high school kid based out of South Korea. This is especially relevant to those who are international participants for the Conrad Challenge, that you're not alone out there. I didn't speak that good of an English. I was very new to this world. I was in like few years of engineering. You can't even call it engineering, of project management, of ideation. I didn't have that much confidence in the projects I was making. I didn't even have a suitable mentor in my field of work. The only thing I knew was that I wanted to really contribute to the frontiers of humankind in expanding the world of science and technology and into space. And I thought this was something that I really wanted to dedicate my life into. And I went out and really got to know a lot of different students in the Korean high school network. And then I managed to find some students who could speak some English and also had a similar passion like myself to the world of science. And we got a little team together. We went in to see what kind of problems existed in the world that we could be solving that wasn't solved yet. And out of all those impacts that we wanted to make, we found Conrad Challenges to be a one venue where it really inspired us to actually take that idea and passion leap forward together. Conrad has evolved so much in the last 5 years, but its core and essence remains the same. It is to actually elevate students' ideas from just concepts into business products that can actually be sold out in the real world and have been and be able to be pitched to real life audience, to investors, to scientists, to technicians all around the world to get to get those innovations forward, at the same time comfortably coaching you through step by step, so that every step of the way you won't be alone. You would have your peers, your teammates together at the same time, but at the same time you will have your alumni network. You will have different mentors and judges, and this program that is situated to give you what you need in making your ideas and your passion into a real world into a real world problem and a business. And in that sense, Connor was that leap that took me from a little high school who really didn't know what to do about all his passion that he had into something that can actually change the world. So I went through all the challenges and all the steps that you right now have been going through the Conrad, whether you're a first time or you're a repeated competitor or participant to the Conrad Challenge. So when I finally got that finalist message saying that I was selected, that I would go to the Cape Canaveral Kennedy Space Center to be with all the other competitors, it wasn't just about the fact that I was going to a place that I've only dreamed about or that I've only heard of. It was the fact that I will be there, shoulder to shoulder with all the other participants from all around the world who have shared my passion, my visions for the world, whether they may be coming from the same category as myself or from other categories that is also as empowering. Through Conrad. So when I finally went to the finalist challenge, I definitely took the time to enjoy and really pitch my ideas with my teammates and whatnot. But to me, it was more than just winning. It was about sharing the experience together and really being there, being present. Doesn't mean that you have to be present with them in person. It's about present with them in the spirit of essence that Pete Conrad once gave into us when he was in the Apollo 13 capsule. Apollo 12 capsule. So with that innovation forward, I was able to participate in Conrad and actually finish out Conrad with the idea that I have something that is of value to the world. And only after Conrad was I really starting to go into to all the other conferences and the competitions into the world. So So after Conrad, I was able to go into so many different competitions and conferences into the world with the confidence that Conrad gave into me. And I've done so many things after Conrad. I've gone to UN committees, specifically the UN Committee and the Peaceful Use of Outer Space, multiple times as a representative for the youth who was advocating for a change in space and for space policy. I've been able to go into startup accelerators and venture firms that a lot of you would know by now, like 500 Startups and SoftBank Ventures, who was able to not only actually flip side to be on the flip side of innovation to say not only was an innovator, but I was able to be on the investor side of things, being able to kind of confirm how someone else's ideas and innovations, their business practices made sense to the world or to investors. I was also able to go on so many expeditions in my years after Conrad. I was able to go to expeditions to the Himalayas and Nepal to actually install water filtration systems for those who are lacking waters for agriculture, irrigation, and for drinking water. I was invited to go to the Arctic as part of 100 people member crew and change the world and see how the climate change was affected real life damages. I was able to go to Peru, Singapore, Shanghai, all these other worldly destinations because of the leaps I've taken in Conrad. So in all my about 4 to 5 years of working as a consultant, working in space policy, advocating for space policies in in the Washington D.C. Capitol Hill, as well as in UN committees in Vienna, to being a technical advisor to various multinational companies in Argentina, to Taiwan, etc. One thing I know for sure is that whatever you're doing right now and you're learning from Conrad, you'll be able to be really utilize all those experiences and the networks that you have into the work that you'll be doing forward.